Losing you wasn't a mistake for them, it was a punishment. Let that sit in their chest like a brick, because chosen one, your absence didn't just create silence. It created a curse that has wrapped around their life and squeezed everything they thought they controlled. They thought they could survive without you. They thought they could replace you. They thought you were forgettable. Now the universe is laughing in their face, reminding them that losing someone like you is the kind of loss you don't recover from. Think of it like this. Imagine someone smashing their own oxygen tank because they thought the air outside was better. Bold move, right? Until the tank shatters and suddenly they're clawing at the ground for breath they can't find. That's exactly what happened when they let you go. They weren't just wrong, they were stupid, bold wrong. And the universe doesn't let that slide. Your absence hit them like a blackout in a city that depends on one power source. Everything went dark at once. And here's a fact that screams you were right all along. Studies show that when people lose someone who gave them emotional stability, their brain reacts like it's going through withdrawal, real withdrawal, same stress systems, same panic, same crash, no dramatic language needed. Science already exposes how badly they're doing without you. But this isn't just biology, this is cosmic payback. They didn't just lose a person. They lost their anchor, their balance, their shield, and now you're gone. Their whole life feels like a glitch they can't fix. Chosen one, thank you for even being here right now. Don't forget to pay this message back by pressing like and subscribe so this truth reaches more souls. It's on all of us to spread light and expose darkness. And thanks for being part of this mission. You're not just watching this, you're part of a force. Now let's slide right back to the topic, because this gets even heavier. Your absence didn't just hurt them, it exposed them. When you were in their life, you kept things together without even trying. You were the calm that kept their storms from turning into disasters. You were the steady voice they didn't appreciate. You were the energy that held their world in place. They treated you like you were extra. But the truth is, you were the foundation they depended on more than they ever admitted. And the day you left, the universe removed your protection from around them. That's why everything around them started breaking. Their relationships feel fake. Their late-night distractions don't numb anything. Their routine feels empty and pointless. They wake up with regret in their throat and go to sleep with guilt crawling under their skin. They pretend to be fine for strangers, but the moment they're alone, they crumble. That's the curse your absence planted, and they earned it. You didn't have to raise your voice. You didn't have to clap back. You didn't have to do anything extra. Your silence did the work. Your distance did the damage. You stepping back created the storm they're trapped in. And here's the funny part. They still don't know how to escape it because they were used to you fixing their problems before they became disasters. Without your presence, they're exposed like a phone with no screen protector. One drop and everything shatters. The universe works in patterns, and one of them is simple. Lose a chosen one, and everything you built on lies collapses. The people they ran to can't help them. The people they tried to replace you with have no soul. The compliments they chase feel empty. The attention they seek doesn't hit. Nothing tastes right. Nothing feels right. Nothing sits right. Because once someone has tasted the energy of someone rare, average becomes poison. The curse they feel isn't magic. It's reality. When they lost you, they lost the only person who actually cared. When they disrespected you, they disrespected the very energy that kept their life from falling apart. You were the light in their dark room. You were the warmth in their frozen world. You were the balance they took for granted. Their arrogance made them believe they could live without you. Now they're learning the hard way that your absence is a shadow that follows them everywhere. They thought you were too much. Now they're haunted by everything that made you special. Your honesty, your depth, your loyalty, your presence. They tried to act like you were replaceable, but every replacement feels like drinking muddy water after tasting pure spring. They downgraded their entire existence, but didn't realize it until it was too late. And now, here's the part they try to hide. They check your energy without checking your profile. They think about you when they should be sleeping. They remember you when they hear certain songs. They replay your voice in their mind like a broken record they can't shut off. They pretend they don't care, but their world bends around your absence. You left a mark they can't erase. Your absence didn't just curse them. It exposed their whole character. It showed how weak they really were. It revealed how much they depended on you to feel important. It showed them that everything they bragged about was built on your support. And now they're standing in the ruins of their own choices, trying to act like everything is fine while the universe watches them sink. And you? You're rising. Your peace returned. Your clarity grew. Your blessings started flowing because you removed the blockage. Their energy was a chain around your neck, and the moment you cut it, your whole life shifted. You glow in ways you didn't before. You move lighter. You think clearer. You attract better. The universe opened doors that were stuck shut when they were in your life. Losing them wasn't a loss. It was a release. But for them, losing you was the curse. The universe didn't punish you, it punished them, and now they're stuck reliving the moment they let the best thing in their life walk away. And chosen one, thanks for sticking with me through this truth. Before we dive deeper, pause for a second and really feel what this message is unlocking inside you. Your absence became their curse, and what comes next will explain exactly why they can't escape the regret burning through their life right now. Drop the number 777 in the comments if you can already feel the universe exposing the ones who tried to break you. And if you want to push this mission even further, bless the team behind this message with a super thanks. It doesn't matter if it's a penny or a stack. Every gift keeps this truth alive and helps it reach the people who need it the most. And now, let's get into the real breakdown, step by step. If you're truly the chosen one, you'll feel this pull to stay until the last word. Let's begin. Number 1. They threw dirt on you. Now they're drowning in it. Mocking you was easy for them. Living with the regret, that's the part slowly killing them. Your absence didn't just hurt them, chosen one, it exposed them. It cracked open every lie they ever told themselves. The same people who acted like you were forgettable now feel your silence cutting into their days like cold metal. The same ones who smirked at your pain now wake up with theirs. They didn't just lose you, they lost the one person whose energy kept their life from collapsing. And now the universe is forcing them to face what they did. At this point, you might be thinking, why are they crashing so hard now? Why are they suddenly so miserable? Because they used your worth as a punching bag. They treated your kindness like weakness. They laughed at your loyalty as if it made you small, but the universe doesn't let that slide. When someone mocks a blessing, the loss becomes their curse. And losing you was the first crack in their entire structure. Imagine someone smashing the only lantern they had in a dark cave because they thought they could see without it. That's what they did when they underestimated your presence. They broke the very thing that gave them clarity. They thought the darkness would be fun, exciting, different. But now they're bumping into walls, tripping on every mistake, terrified of their own thoughts, because without you, their world went pitch black. They didn't just mock your worth, they depended on it. Your patience carried them. Your empathy softened their chaos. Your energy covered their flaws. Your presence kept them from falling apart. But they never realized it. They were too wrapped up in their ego to admit they were standing on ground you held together. And the day you walked away, that ground cracked under their feet. Now they choke on every memory, every moment you gave, every truth you spoke, every small kindness they ignored. They replay the things they said, the disrespect they showed, the jokes they made at your expense. They thought it was harmless. Now those same jokes feel like ropes tightening around their chest. They can't escape the weight of their own actions because the universe won't let them forget what they did to someone rare. The people they ran to? Empty. The faces they entertain now? Dull. The validation they keep chasing? Flimsy. They tried to replace you the same way someone replaces a shattered screen with a cheap knockoff. It works for a day, maybe a week, then it glitches, it cracks, it cuts their fingers, it breaks again. That's how their new options feel. Nothing sticks, nothing satisfies, nothing fills the void you left. And let's be real, you were the one they didn't deserve. You were the one who showed up. You were the one with real depth, real warmth, real loyalty. They mocked what they didn't understand. They laughed at what they couldn't match. Their insults weren't about you, they were about their insecurity. Your glow reminded them how dull they were. Your heart reminded them how hollow they felt. So they tried to tear you down to feel taller. But here's the plot twist they never saw coming. Your absence became their karma. Every time they feel that emptiness in their chest, that's your silence working. Every time they try to connect with someone new and it falls flat, that's the universe reminding them what they threw away. Every time they scroll through their phone and feel the urge to reach out but can't, that's the curse settling in deeper. You didn't have to speak a word. You didn't have to seek revenge. The lack of you is doing everything. They mocked your worth, but now they're addicted to your memory. They once acted like they could live without you, but now they can't even enjoy a full day without being triggered by something that reminds them of you. Even the things they thought they liked now taste like cardboard. Their laughter sounds forced. Their relationships feel shallow. Their peace is gone. Your absence flipped their whole reality upside down. Think of them like someone who tossed away a seed because it looked small. They didn't realize it was the seed of a massive tree that would have given them shade, protection, fruit, and stability. They spat on it and walked away. Now they sit under a burning sun, starving, thirsty, miserable, looking at the empty ground where that tree should have been. That emptiness is your absence. That regret is their new shadow. And here's what will really sting them if they ever hear this truth. They didn't just lose someone good. They lost a turning point in their life. Someone who wanted to see them win. Someone who gave them comfort they never earned. Someone who made life easier without even trying. You were their peace in a world that constantly attacked them. Their ego convinced them to disrespect you. Their ego is now the reason they suffer. Your absence isn't just a bruise, it's a lifelong scar. They might move on physically, but mentally, emotionally, energetically, they're nowhere near healed. People can pretend online, pretend to friends, pretend to replacements. But regret is a shadow that doesn't go away. It follows them into every conversation, into every quiet moment, into every failed attempt at connection. They lost you in the name of pride, and now that same pride keeps them from admitting how much they want you back. But the universe sees everything, and it has a funny way of balancing the scales. When someone mocks the chosen one, the universe marks them. And when you leave, life pulls the curtain back on them. All the things you protected them from finally reach them. All the chaos you held back now floods their world. They thought you were the weak one. Now they're on their knees, praying for the peace they only had when you were around. Meanwhile, you rise, you heal, you grow, and every step you take forward feels like another weight tightening around their regret. They watch from afar, pretending they don't care, pretending they've moved on, pretending you never mattered. But their soul knows the truth. Their life knows the truth. The universe knows the truth. They mocked your worth. Now they choke on it. And chosen one, here's the part that should give you strength. Their regret isn't a compliment. It's confirmation. Confirmation that you were never the problem. Confirmation that your heart was real. Confirmation that your energy was rare. Confirmation that your absence is powerful enough to shake an entire life. You don't rise because they regret losing you. You rise because you finally see your own worth without needing their approval. Their regret is just the echo of their own mistake. It's the sound of karma doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So as they sit in the ruins of their choices, remember this: you were never forgettable. You were never replaceable. You were never weak. They threw dirt on you thinking it would bury you. Instead, you used it to grow roots. And now, they're the ones drowning in the very dirt they threw. Your worth didn't change. Their perception did. And now that perception is destroying them from the inside out. Chosen one, this chapter is yours. Their regret is just background noise. Your rise is the real story. Number 2. When you cut them off, their whole system crashed. Taking you for granted was their choice. Losing you forever was their punishment. Your energy was their shelter. Now they're standing in the storm with no roof. They didn't miss you first. They missed the power you gave them. You weren't their partner. You were their life support they thought would never unplug. Chosen one, the moment you pulled your energy back, their world didn't just shift, it collapsed. People like them always pretend strong until you take away the one thing keeping them alive: your presence. They thought losing you meant losing a person, but losing you meant losing their entire source of emotional oxygen. They weren't ready. They never are, because parasites never expect the host to wake up. You might be wondering right now, were they really that dependent on me? Was I truly their lifeline? And the hard truth is, yes. Yes, you were. Everything about their life was wired into your energy, your patience, your support, your stability. They fed on it like it was unlimited, like you'd never walk away, like you were stuck to them out of obligation. They confused your loyalty for weakness. They mistook your giving nature for a permanent supply. But the universe eventually opens the host's eyes, and the moment yours opened, theirs closed to darkness. Imagine this. Someone standing in the cold, shivering, holding a warm jacket they didn't appreciate, and tossing it aside because they claimed they didn't need it. The second the jacket hits the ground, the temperature drops even lower, the wind cuts harder, and reality slaps them across the face. That jacket was you. That warmth was you. And the cold biting into their bones now, that's your absence. Here's another one. Picture a phone at 1% battery, desperate for a charger, but still pretending everything is fine. That was them, and you were the charger. Your energy kept them functioning, kept their emotions steady, kept their insecurities from swallowing them whole. They mocked you while draining the last bits of your power. But when you unplugged yourself, the screen blacked out. No more fake brightness, no more forced stability, just a dead system staring back at them. And the most brutal example? Imagine a plant that keeps growing only because someone waters it every day. The plant never thanks the one who waters it. It just takes and takes, until one day the watering stops. Suddenly the leaves dry, the color fades, and the roots panic. Not because the sun changed, not because the soil changed, but because the source was cut off. That's them. You were the water. They were only surviving because of your effort. They weren't partners. They were parasites dressed as partners. They took your peace and gave you confusion. They took your time and gave you stress. They took your emotional stability and gave you chaos. They drained you and still had the nerve to act like you weren't enough. But parasites only thrive when the host forgets its power. And chosen one, the moment you remembered who you were, the moment you realized your worth, the parasite lost access to the one thing it can't live without: your energy. They didn't love you. They needed you. Big difference. Love grows with care. Need grows with desperation. And now their desperation is eating them alive. Let's answer something your mind might still whisper. Why are they struggling so badly now? Why can't they function without me? Why does my absence still haunt them? Because every single thing they pretended to be came from the energy you provided. You kept them grounded, you kept them calm, you kept them balanced. You were the emotional shield they never acknowledged. Without you, the insecurity they buried breaks out. The loneliness they ran from catches them. The truth they avoided stares them in the face. They're not in heartbreak. They're in withdrawal, real withdrawal. The kind that makes the body panic and the mind spiral. The kind that hits when someone loses their source of emotional regulation. They weren't addicted to your face. They were addicted to what being around you made them feel. Safe, important, validated, whole. But they never admitted that because parasites never thank the host. They expect the host to serve. Here's another imagine this. Picture someone with a broken boat bragging that the water won't sink them. They laugh at the cracks. They ignore the leaks. They brag about freedom. But the moment the person who was quietly patching the holes steps off the boat, the whole thing goes under. That person patching the holes was you. They thought they were floating on their own. Turns out they were floating on your efforts. Chosen one, your energy was their stability. When they lost it, their whole inner world turned into chaos. They now wake up heavy. Their thoughts race. Their sleep is broken. Their emotions swing out of control. That isn't coincidence. That's the effect you had on them. Without your light, their world is cold and colorless. Without your presence, their life feels like a glitchy, broken system they can't reboot. And here's the irony. They spent so much time trying to look powerful in front of you, but now they realize the only time they were ever strong was when they were feeding on your strength. They didn't outgrow you. They outgrew access to the energy they stole. Their mask is slipping. Their confidence is shaking. Their new connections feel empty. Their distractions don't hit. Their ego is cracking. They are starving for energy they will never taste again. Because you didn't just walk away. You closed the gate. You locked the door. You unplugged the cord they depended on. And the universe made sure they felt every second of that loss. Let's address the question some chosen ones ask. Did they ever care? If everything was a lie, why did they act attached sometimes? Because parasites cling hardest when they feel the host waking up. When they sensed you gaining clarity, they held you tighter. Not out of love, but out of fear. Fear of losing the system keeping them alive. Fear of losing the person covering their flaws. Fear of losing the energy that made their empty life feel full. You were the generator powering their broken world, and once the generator shut off, the lights went out, the heat disappeared, and they had to face the cold truth they avoided. They have nothing without you, nothing real, nothing deep, nothing that makes them feel whole. Now their days feel long, their emotions feel heavy, their confidence feels fake, their connections feel dull, their chest feels hollow. That's withdrawal, that's starvation. That's what happens when someone loses the host they fed on for far too long. And chosen one, here's the part the universe wants you to see. The parasite never had power. You did. The host always had the power to detach. The host always had the power to end the cycle. You finally remembered that. You finally realized that giving your energy to someone who only takes is a slow death. And you refused to die for them. Your absence exposed the truth they hid behind ego. It showed how weak they really are without you. It showed how lost they are when you're not there to guide them. It showed how empty their spirit is when you're not there to fill the space. Your silence did more damage than any argument ever could. And the beauty is this. Now that you've cut the cord, your energy is flowing back into your own life. Your confidence rises, your clarity returns, your peace grows, your blessings move again. Because parasites don't just steal energy, they block it. Removing them unlocked everything the universe was saving for you. They're in withdrawal, you're in rebirth, they're starving, you're growing, they're collapsing, you're rising. They lost the host, you lost a parasite, and chosen one, that's the universe protecting you. Your absence cursed them, your detachment freed you. Now they choke on the very energy they once mocked, and you finally breathe clean air again. Number 3, they chased better and fell face first into nothing. Walking away from you wasn't freedom for them. It was the moment their whole life downgraded. Chosen one, they thought they were running toward greener grass, but the truth hit them like a brick. The better options they chased were nothing but digital filters and cheap sparkle. They left your garden, the one place where everything grew because of your energy, and sprinted straight into a dead field that can't grow a single thing. That's not karma being petty, that's karma being punctual. Let's be real, you weren't the problem, you were the prize. They didn't walk away because you lacked something. They walked away because they couldn't handle someone with your depth, your loyalty, your presence. People who don't know their own worth always run after shiny illusions. And here's the punchline. Illusions are loud in the beginning and silent in the end. Silence is what they're drowning in now. Imagine someone dropping a diamond because they saw glitter on the ground. Glitter looks exciting until rain hits it. Then it melts into nothing. That's exactly what happened to them. You were the diamond with weight, clarity, and value. The universe didn't let them come back because it's protecting you from anyone who thinks surface-level excitement is worth more than real substance. Here's another one. Picture someone leaving a stable house because they fell for a hologram mansion. Everything looked big and beautiful until they tried to open the door and realized it wasn't real. That moment of impact? That's their life right now. Regret doesn't just sit with them, it sleeps beside them. If you're wondering why their world is crumbling, why their choices backfired so fast, here's the truth. When someone abandons a blessing, the universe replaces that blessing's life, not theirs. You're leveling up, they're sinking deeper, they're standing in dirt, staring at a life that feels empty, remembering the garden they destroyed with their own hands. Their downgrade is not an accident, it's confirmation. Confirmation that they misjudged you, confirmation that they mistook rarity for routine, confirmation that your absence cursed their path and blessed yours. And chosen one, nothing haunts a person harder than realizing the better life they chased was actually the beginning of their downfall. They wanted greener grass. Now they're stuck in dirt that will never grow back. Number 4, you were their shield, and they destroyed it themselves. Karma didn't hunt them down. It simply walked in the moment you stepped out. Chosen one, they mocked you with the confidence of someone who had no idea their entire life was being protected by the person they disrespected. Your presence wasn't just comforting, it was a shield. You absorbed hits meant for them. You softened storms they never even knew were on their way. You stood between them and the consequences of their own chaos. And the day you walked away, the universe simply stopped holding back. If you've ever wondered, why did everything fall apart for them after I left? Here's your answer. You weren't just in their life. You were protecting their life. You were the buffer, the wall, the barrier that kept karma from wiping them out. They thought they were lucky. They thought they were untouchable. No, they were covered by your energy. And when they mistook your loyalty for weakness and pushed you away, karma didn't get stronger. They just lost the one person strong enough to hold it back. Imagine this. Someone walking in the rain under your umbrella while complaining the whole time. They don't thank you. They don't appreciate the cover. Then one day, you close the umbrella and walk off. Suddenly they're soaked, freezing, exposed. That storm was always there. They were just too arrogant to notice who was protecting them from it. Or picture someone bragging about how nothing bad ever happens to them while you're the one quietly sweeping their mess before the universe sees it. They thought the clean floor meant they were blessed. Nope, it meant you were doing the work. And the moment you stopped sweeping, the mess swallowed them. And the facts don't lie. People who rely on someone emotionally and energetically suffer the hardest collapse once that support disappears. Sleepless nights, losing money, bad decisions, fake friends revealing themselves, betrayals coming in from every direction. These aren't accidents. This is cause and effect. This is karma collecting the bill they thought they'd never owe. You didn't curse them. You simply stopped standing in front of the bullets they fired at themselves. Chosen one, their downfall isn't revenge, it's reality. And the harsh truth is this: they were never ready to face the world without you. Now they have no choice. Number 5. The universe pulled you out because they refused to grow. You weren't their loss. You were their last lifeline, and they spit on the hand that tried to save them. Chosen one, you were never some random person crossing their path. You were the turning point they were supposed to rise from. You were the wake-up call they needed, but weren't mature enough to answer. The universe placed you in their life like a final exam, a final warning, a final chance to level up. Instead of learning from your presence, they mocked it. Instead of evolving with you, they resisted. Instead of listening, they laughed. So the universe did what it always does when someone wastes their last shot. It removed you. If you've ever wondered, why did it feel like I was the only one trying to help them? It's because you were the help. You were the rope. They were drowning in their own habits, their own ego, their own broken patterns, and the universe tossed them one last chance, you. But they looked at the rope, smirked, and turned away like they could swim on their own. Now the truth is finally catching up. They're not swimming, they're sinking. Imagine someone stuck in a burning house. A firefighter breaks the door open, reaches out and says, "Come on, this is your chance." But instead of taking the hand, they laugh, brag about the heat, and tell themselves they're fine. Then the firefighter walks away because there's nothing left to do. That firefighter was you, and the smoke filling their life now, that's the result of their choices. Or picture someone staring into a mirror that finally tells the truth. Your presence exposed who they really were: selfish, insecure, lazy with their growth. You were the mirror they needed, but they smashed it instead of changing. And when the mirror disappears, the only thing left to guide them is the darkness they created. Here's a fact they'll never admit. People don't fear losing someone. They fear losing someone who forces them to see themselves clearly. Your existence demanded their evolution. Your energy pulled them toward becoming better. But some people cling to their old identity like it's a life jacket, even when it's the very thing dragging them under. Now, the universe has stepped back. No more warnings, no more soft lessons, no more mercy, because once a chosen one is removed, the message becomes brutal. You failed to grow when growth was offered. And chosen one, the universe didn't take you away to punish them. It took you away to protect you. You weren't meant to carry someone who refuses to walk. You weren't meant to guide someone who refuses to see. You weren't meant to teach someone who refuses to learn. They had their chance. They wasted it. Now their teacher is pain. Their lessons are consequences. Their classroom is regret. The universe didn't abandon them. They abandoned their own chance. And losing you? That was the final warning they'll never forget. Number 6. They tried to shrink your light and created a fire they can't escape. They thought dimming your spark would make them shine. Instead, it exposed how dark their world really is. Chosen one, the people who tried to make you feel small are now suffocating under the brightness they failed to kill. They poked at your confidence. They rolled their eyes at your dreams. They whispered your name like it was a joke, hoping you'd second-guess yourself. But insecure people always target the brightest light in the room because it reveals how little glow they have on their own. Let's answer the question sitting in your mind. Why did they try so hard to break me? Because your fire reminded them of their lack of ambition, your dreams reminded them of their stagnation, your personality reminded them how dull they felt inside. You weren't the threat, they were threatened. Imagine this: someone trying to blow out a candle, not realizing the candle is connected to a whole network of flames. The harder they blow, the more oxygen they give it. That was you. Every insult they threw was oxygen. Every doubt they tried to plant was fuel. Every attempt to dim you only fed the fire. Or picture someone shutting the curtains because the sun is too bright. The sun doesn't fade. The room just gets darker. The curtains are their insecurity. The sun is your energy. They hid from you because they couldn't handle your glow. And here's another one. Think of a spark trapped inside a box. They tried to box you in, limit you, make you question yourself. But sparks inside boxes don't die. They build pressure. And one day, they break the box completely. That explosion, that's your rise. Here's the fact they'll never admit. People who try to diminish others are always terrified of what those people could become. They didn't want you to realize your power, because the moment you did, you wouldn't need them. And that's exactly what happened. You woke up. You evolved. You broke out. Now your fire is something they can't touch, can't copy, can't compete with. You're not a flicker anymore. You're a wildfire moving through everything that once held you back. Your glow is so strong now that their existence looks dim in comparison. And the most painful part for them? They have to watch it happen, from the shadows, from a distance, from the place they trapped themselves. Chosen one, they tried to dim your fire. Instead, they created a blaze that will haunt them every time they see you rise. Number 7. The moment you left. Their whole world went colorless. They didn't lose you. They lost the only thing that ever made their life feel alive. Chosen one, the day you walked out of their life was the day the universe flipped their world into black and white. Your presence was the color palette that made everything feel vibrant, exciting, full of meaning. You were the warmth in their mornings, the spark in their routine, the pulse in their empty chest. They never said it out loud, but you were the saturation in their dull existence. And when you left, the color bled out instantly. If you've ever wondered, do they actually miss me? Do they even feel my absence? The answer is carved into every part of their life right now. They feel you missing in every smile they try to fake. They feel you missing every time they look for excitement and find nothing but flat gray. You weren't someone. You were their life force, and losing you unplugged the whole world around them. Imagine this: a painting that once looked vibrant, suddenly washed in grayscale. No depth, no emotion, no spark. That's their reality now. You were the red in their roses, the blue in their skies, the gold in their victories. Without you, everything feels muted, dull, and painfully repetitive. Picture someone going to a carnival, surrounded by lights and noise, but feeling absolutely nothing. That's them at every party now. They go through the motions, but their soul is checked out, empty, numb. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Here's the fact: humans attach emotion to people, not places. When the person who brings meaning disappears, the whole world loses meaning with them. That's why everything feels faded now. They didn't lose a lover or a friend. They lost the emotional oxygen that made their world breathe. They chase bodies, but there's no warmth. They chase attention, but there's no thrill. They chase pleasure, but there's no satisfaction. Everything feels cheap because you were the only thing in their life that ever felt real. And the irony cuts deep. They once said you were too much, but now they realize you were the only thing that made their world anything at all. Chosen one, their world is black and white because the color was always you. Number 8. Your exit ripped their mask off. Now their true self is exposed. They didn't change after you left. They just ran out of places to hide. Chosen one, your absence did what your presence never needed to do. It exposed them. The mask they wore so confidently, the charm they hid behind, the fake personality they used to impress people. All of it fell apart the moment you stepped out of their life. You were the light that made them look human. Without that light, everyone finally sees the shadows they were made of. And if you're wondering, was I really the one holding their whole image together? The answer is yes. You were the stability behind their identity, the warmth that covered their coldness, the energy that made them seem more alive than they truly were. You didn't just walk away from a person, you unplugged their entire illusion. Imagine someone wearing a costume in a dark room. No one sees the cheap fabric, the cracks, the stains. They look convincing, impressive even, but once the lights turn on, every flaw is exposed, every lie is visible, every insecurity screams, you were that light. And when your light disappeared, the darkness revealed everything they tried to hide. Or picture this, a vampire moving confidently at night, charming everyone, pretending they're full of life, until the sun rises. Then the truth burns through their skin. That's them now. They're vampires caught in daylight, burning under the honesty your absence forced on them. Their confidence was borrowed. Their kindness was copied. Their strength was fake. You leaving stripped away the illusion. And here's the fact they hate the most. People notice. Friends they used to fool now see the emptiness behind their smile. Strangers feel the desperation in their energy. The people they tried to impress see right through them. Their aura, once masked by your presence, now screams insecurity and neediness. Without you, their spirit broadcasts one message. I lost the person who made me look better than I was. Let's answer what might be running through your mind. Why didn't people see their true self before? Because your energy covered their flaws. Your kindness softened their edges. Your loyalty made them seem stable. Your presence gave them credibility they never earned. You made them look like someone worth trusting. Without you, they're just a hollow shell trying to act whole. And the brutal truth? They lost everything when they lost you, not because you were their partner, but because you were their power source. Their mask stayed on only because you kept their world balanced. Once you left, the imbalance tore everything open. Now people whisper, people question, people step back. Their stories don't add up anymore. Their charm falls flat. Their confidence cracks mid-sentence. They're exposed, and the world sees it. Chosen one, you didn't lose anything by walking away. You lost a parasite. They lost the foundation of their entire image. Your absence didn't just strip their mask, it destroyed the stage they performed on. Now everyone sees them exactly as they are, and that truth burns them every single day. Number 9. They weren't just dead weight. They were your blessing blockers. They didn't just hurt you, they slowed your entire destiny until you finally let them go. Chosen one, the harsh truth is this. The biggest curse in your life wasn't their betrayal, it was their presence. Their energy was a clog in your spiritual pipeline. Their chaos tangled up your peace. Their insecurity dimmed your confidence. Their drama suffocated your growth. You weren't stuck because you failed. You were stuck because they were attached to you like a weight you didn't realize you were dragging. If you've ever asked yourself, why did my life feel so heavy with them? Why did everything feel stuck? The answer is simple. Their energy was poison to your progress. The universe kept your blessings on hold because blessings can't survive in toxic soil. And you were trying to grow while someone else's negativity kept choking the roots. Imagine trying to fill a cup with clean water. while someone keeps pouring dirt into it at the same time. That was your life with them. You were trying to heal, evolve, grow, while they were contaminating everything you touched. Their presence didn't just slow you down, it halted your entire flow. Or picture this: a beautiful garden with rich soil and perfect seeds, but weeds keep wrapping around every stem, stealing all the sunlight. No matter how much love you give the garden, it won't bloom until the weeds are removed. They were those weeds. The moment you pulled them out, the entire garden came back to life. Another one, think of a road covered in fallen debris. You kept trying to drive forward, but the path was blocked. You thought something was wrong with your car, your speed, your direction. But the truth was simpler. Someone else's chaos was blocking the way. Once you removed them, the road cleared instantly. And here's a fact you need to hear. When someone with bad energy is in your life, the universe will intentionally hold back your blessings to protect you, not to punish you, to protect you. Because what's the point of giving you opportunity, abundance, clarity, success, peace, when someone toxic will destroy it the moment it arrives? That's why the moment they were gone, everything started moving again. Doors opened that were stuck for years. Peace returned like it never left. Your mind became clearer. Your heart felt lighter. Your confidence rose. Your path straightened. Blessings multiplied because the blockage was finally removed. It wasn't you. You weren't broken. You weren't unlucky. You weren't behind. You were buried under their chaos. Your garden wasn't dead. It was just suffocating under weeds that didn't belong there. And now the weeds are gone. Now your flowers are thriving. Now your blessings are flowing the way they were always meant to. Chosen one, you didn't lose anything when you lost them. You gained access to everything the universe wanted to give you. They were blocking your blessings. Their exit was your breakthrough. Your life didn't improve by accident. It improved because you finally removed the curse, pretending to be a person. Number 10. Your presence was rare, and your absence is a curse they can't outrun. They didn't lose a person. They lost the only light that could survive their darkness. Chosen one, look at them now. Nights that stretch like years. Days that drag across their chest like weight. Hearts that feel like empty rooms with broken windows. Nothing warms them. Nothing excites them. Nothing replaces you. Every person they touch feels shallow. Every distraction fades too fast. Every attempt to move on collapses before it even starts. Because they finally learned the truth the universe tried to hand them long ago. Your presence was the gift they never deserved, and your absence is the curse they brought on themselves. Imagine this: someone smashing the only lantern in a tunnel because they thought another one would magically appear. They mocked the light while they had it. Then darkness swallowed the path, and suddenly they understood how rare that lantern really was. That lantern was you, and the darkness they sit in now, that's your silence, your distance, your evolution, reminding them what they destroyed. Another one, picture a home with one window that lets in sunlight. They broke that window to prove a point. Now every room is cold, dim, and lifeless. No curtains can fix it. No candles can replace it. You were the sunlight. Losing you didn't just remove warmth. It froze their entire emotional world. If you're wondering, do they truly feel the loss? Do they really regret it? The answer is louder than their ego. Yes, they feel it. They choke on it. Their soul knows what their pride refuses to admit. They had a rare presence in their life, and the universe will never hand them another version of you. Your victories now, they hurt them more than any argument ever could. Every smile you wear proves they were wrong. Every blessing that comes to you echoes their mistake. Every win you collect is a reminder of what they could have grown beside, but ruined. The universe isn't punishing them, it's teaching them. Slowly, deeply, permanently. Chosen one, your presence healed them. Your absence exposes them. You were the gift they wasted. Now your evolution is the curse that will shadow them forever. And, chosen one, now you see the truth for what it is. Your presence was a gift they mishandled, and your absence became the curse shaping their regret. You didn't lose anything by walking away. You gained clarity, power, and your rightful path. If this message hit your spirit, press the like button if you haven't already. And if you're still not part of this family, make sure to subscribe. Your support pushes this mission forward, and your evolution is only getting started.